Hi and welcome. It is Monday, March the 15th, and I am Jennifer Thompson, your intuitive realtor. I am here this week to share with you the real estate stats for the last 7 days for Midland, Penetanguishene, Tiny Township, and Tay Township. And I service all of Southern Georgian Bay. And I am, of course, a realtor with Remax Georgian Bay in Midland. So thank you for joining me. I am so happy that you are here with me today. And I'm so happy to be here. The sun is shining and it is a beautiful day. And we are only a few days away from the first day of spring. Yay! So the past 7 days, single family homes listed in Midland. We have currently 19 active listings. So we have had quite a significant rise in activity in Midland. The average list price is $623,855. We have had some sales this past week. The average sale price is $890,000. Penetanguishene has 8 active listings for the past 7 days. The average list price is $751,309. There's been no sales for the past week, so I have no average sale price for you on that for that area. Tiny Township currently has 28 active listings. That's quite a few. And the average list price for that area is $885,943. And the average sale price is $879,983. So pretty busy in Tiny Township. It's been a pretty hot area all winter, actually. And finally, for Tay Township, in the last 7 days, we have 14 active listings. The average list price is $691,810. And we have had no sales in the past week, so I have no average sale prices for you. So if you're keeping track of what's happening in the real estate market, I think it's pretty much all over. But I can definitely say for this area, we are already getting into the spring market because we can see quite a, I don't want to say dramatic, but definitely a very noticeable increase in the active listings that are coming onto the market. The average sale prices and list prices are going up significantly. So I think depending how many people do list, it's still a really great time to sell your home right now. It's still a seller's market. Depending how many houses or homes do hit the market in the near future as the weather warms and the snow melts away, it might start to affect prices a little bit, and we might see them start to come down. Time will tell. We will see. So I invite you to join me next week, and I'll have another update for you. We'll see if there's any more significant changes. And please stick around if you're interested in hearing the energy reading for the week. And if you don't stick around, thank you so much for joining me. I'm so glad that you are here, and I am so honored and I'm very grateful that I can be here. Please like, subscribe, and share my channel if you enjoy the content. And otherwise, I will switch screens and I'll see you in a second. Hi, and welcome for this week's energy reading. Today is Monday, March the 15th, and it's a beautiful day today. It's sunny, although a little bit cool, and feeling a little bit like winter, but the sun is holding a lot more heat, and the birds, the migrating birds are on their way back, which is always puts a smile on my face. I love taking Jackson, my dog, for a walk on these mornings as the sun comes up and hearing all the birds come to life and sing. Anyway, so I really enjoyed doing the Celtic cross spread last week, so I'm going to do that one again this week. I'm going to start with the Oracle of the Seven Energies, this one here. I'm just actually going to pull one for overall message for the week. As I was shuffling them before I even started, one fell out, so I've set it aside, but I'm going to pull another one here for you. And I'm just going to take it off the top. So what we're after is just a general message for us, for our highest good for the week. Okay, so the one that fell out was a higher view. So this one, I perceive its energy is asking us to take a bigger perspective on what's happening in your life at this time and perhaps in the world. But step outside of yourself and our limited views that our mind puts on things that are happening and look at the bigger picture. And the card that I just pulled is opening to discovery. So I'll show you that one. So these are definitely connected. Everything is connected. So perhaps what the energy of these cards is suggesting is that by stepping back and taking a broader view of events happening in the world and within yourself, it will open you to new things that you haven't been aware of before. And you might have a broader sense of why things are happening. And that it could even be perhaps that you can actually see how it's for the highest good of you and those you love. But it comes back to you. So it's anything you discover or open yourself up to is going to awaken within you new doorways of discovery, discovering things about yourself and who you believed you were or who you are and your place in the world. So I'm going to set those aside. And for the Celtic cross spread, I am going to use the Good Tarot. I'm just going to give it one more shuffle. I shuffled these really well before I started the reading. Okay. So we got present, our challenge, past, future, working towards, underlying. Move these a little closer to me. I don't have to have them way over there. And then we have advice, external influences, hopes or fears, and the outcome. Okay, let's see what we got here. What the Spirit has given for us to think upon. Okay, so our present energy is the 8 of air. So air is of the mind, and 8 is movement from one state to another. Okay. The energy around this card feels to me like it's some housekeeping, which sounds kind of funny. So I see the angel on the clouds, and there's feathers going, blowing around. I get the sense in this card that she's sweeping away these feathers, that she's cleaning her cloud. So in the housekeeping, it feels like it might be cluttering of the mind, too many thoughts coming in, and you kind of you're like the hamster on the wheel, and you go around and around and around with the thoughts. So maybe you don't need to have all these thoughts going around in your head. Maybe it's time to journal some thoughts to get them out so they're not constantly circling around. You might be experiencing thoughts that no longer serve you, or they're holding you back. And I think I've mentioned something like that before. But I definitely feel like there's some mental housekeeping happening here. So bring awareness to your thoughts, and just see if maybe there's some that you no longer have to have rooting around in here. So the challenge, the challenge in this present energy, another air card, 6 of air. So this is like healing, and this is a challenge. Okay. I'm just picking up the, tuning into the energy of the card. So I think, I feel like, because the boat, is out in the ocean and it has its sails up, it can get swept away in the current of the wind currents. So I think the challenge is not to let your thoughts not to let yourself get swept away in your thoughts. By bringing awareness to them, we don't get swept away, because we can, get into a thought pattern and then we're somewhere else, like in the future or the past. So I think it's bringing awareness to that. And I think that's what the challenge is in our housekeeping, is not getting swept away in your thoughts. Knowing, and it's not a knowing, it's more of a feeling, tuning in. You know where you want to go inherently, when you tune into your heart, or you might have ideas, and your certain thoughts you're keeping might be holding you back from that path or that truth within you. So the challenge is not to get swept away in these thoughts, and keep the awareness with them, so that you can sweep them away, the ones that no longer serve you. So 3 is the past. So we have 9 of water. So there it is there. So this is past energies. So we got water is heart. And I'm checking my notes here if you're wondering what I'm looking at, because I'm still learning how to read tarot. So I'm checking my notes to get the basic meaning of the card, and then from there I'm tuning into the energies. So sorry. Global awareness. Okay. So the past energy, I feel, is sadness. It feels like sadness in our hearts. It's sadness for things that have been happening in the world, happening to people in the world, things that have been happening outside of their control. For ourselves too, because our lives have changed, and it's about releasing. I feel like this card is leaning towards releasing things that are beyond our control, that have changed our lives and cause sadness within us. I feel like, she's kind of melancholy. She's, tucking her hands in under her chin, and she's looking off to the side. So I feel like she's thinking about things that have been lost, that she once had and are now gone forever. And absolutely, it is 100% okay to grieve over things that are no longer. We need to. That's part of our healing process. And we need to do that so we can let them go. Honor that feeling, honor things as they once were. And I know it's a very well-known thing to say, but it's coming to my mind now, and that is, everything changes. Change is constant. Nothing is permanent in the world. So I think it's important that we do have the reverence for things that have been, because they've allowed us to be where we are now. They allow the growth to happen, but we don't want to get stuck in them either. And that's where we come back to the present energies with our thoughts and doing the housekeeping, because thoughts and beliefs that we held in that energy fit what was happening in our lives, and they don't fit anymore. So we're allowed to let them go. We're allowed to transform and change and evolve. We're supposed to. That's the natural rhythm of things, of life, the cycles and rhythms of life. So the future is 4 of fire. So there is that one there. So fire, of course, is taking action. And 4 is laying foundations. So this card is about taking your new beliefs, new thoughts of the world, and taking action on them in terms of making plans. I think this card is about, because as I'm tuning into the energies and I'm seeing the lights over her head, the lamps, it makes me, it brings ideas to mind. So perhaps it's taking action and creating steps towards ideas that you've been holding, or new ideas that are coming in, things that you want to do. And it's time to, we'll see what the other cards say for the outcome, but it's time to take positive steps. So whether it is going to talk to somebody or driving to an area to see if this is where you want to be, but actually, and making lists, anything that is you're physically making the action on for your future is what this card is calling for. And the next card is working towards. So we have the 10 of water. So what we're working for is completion of this cycle. So I'm looking at the other cards here. Yes, okay. So we're coming to the end of a cycle. I think a lot of us already have, but because these cards are coming up today, I'm going to say who might be watching this, that you are in this energy now. So you are coming to the end of a cycle with your thoughts, beliefs, and you're going to be entering a new stage. And this is just really confirming the end of a cycle, because it is dealing with the heart energy. It could be a change in, a relationship or a career, and which means there's new things coming in. I love that card. I love Buddha. I'm a Buddha lover. So 6 is underlying energies. So, okay. Did I not just say something about new beginnings? So the underlying energies, so this is a card that came up for the underlying energies, the Page of Air. The page represents new beginnings. So new ways of thinking, new ways of seeing yourself through your thoughts and beliefs, and who you are and how you are in the world, and what the world is around you and how you fit into it. So this is all about new beginnings, new energies coming in. 7 is the advice card. So Page of Fire. Oh my goodness, we have 2 pages. So another new beginning. So again, fire is action. There's the card there for you. Actually, I'm going to pop back here because I didn't really tune into the energies of this card. What's funny is that, so this angel, she's got her arms up and her wings are spread. And you may not be able to see it, but there's like all these little rays of energy coming in or out. And actually, at first, I saw her as her or him as breathing them out. And then I realized it could be perceived either way. It could be perceived as just rays of energy. But because I first perceived them as going out, it felt like it was breath to me. So, and I got the message, breathing new life is what I saw with that. So it's almost a totally new beginning. It's like a whole new life, a new life starting for you. And I also got dream big from that card. So again, so the advice is, so new beginnings with fire. Fire is action. So it's about taking action again with where you want to go. It's not time to sit idle. I'm just going to tune into, I love the colors in this card. I'm just going to show you once more. Beautiful. I'm just tuning into the energies. I feel like this card, the energies feel very grounding to me and very deliberate. So it's about being very focused in your intention and knowing where you're going. And again, the dream big comes in to me. The moon here, it's like shoot for the moon. Believe you can do it, I think, is a big one too. Going back to the thoughts and doing the housekeeping and doing away with thoughts that are going to, again, hold you back, like you can't do it or you don't really believe it. Set that aside. Because who says? Who says you can't? Nobody. Except you. And it's made up. It's not real. It's not true. Yeah, I think this definitely is about taking action, knowing exactly where you're going, being focused, and knowing the intention and goal. You want to know exactly where you're going, and it is time to take action on it. External influences. So we got the 3 of Earth. So we got the expressing. Show you that card. There you go. And so this is external influences. I feel like the energy of this card is about expressing yourself into the world. I feel like there's some hesitation with that. I'm picking it up, just the muted colors to me. It feels like, because she's not shining bright, she's not putting herself out there the way she wants to. But I feel like I think the potential is there. I feel like there's light out here, but she's just not quite there yet. So I feel like there's maybe some hesitation or fear or something holding you back. And perhaps comes back to the thoughts about expressing who you are into the world. And I think the want is there, the desire is there, but you're holding yourself back. And I'm hoping the next card will tell us what that is. Okay. So I understand now. So the next card is your hopes and fears. And we pulled up 8 of Earth. So what this is telling me is, traditionally, I would say this is kind of where you've been and you've been held back, but you're moving into this where you will be putting yourself out there. You have to. I mean, that's just the way it goes. with our evolution as we each evolve and change, is following those heartfelt desires. Yes, you might be afraid of falling on your face and failing, but you don't honestly know if you're going to. And what is failure? It's a state of mind, really, because even if you don't succeed in the way you think you should, is it really a failure? It's a learning lesson. Everything is a stepping stone to the next thing. So I'm digressing. Anyways, I'm just going to go back to what I was going on to here. So hopes and fears. So yeah, so this is changing from one state to another. I don't know if I showed you the card, 8 of Earth. I think this is about stepping into your power. I think this card is representing connecting with your gifts and using them in the world. And where you haven't before, I think that is what this is about. As it relates to hopes and fears, I think that's what your hope is, but I think there's actually a balance of both hopes and fears with it. You hope to do this, you want to do this, it would make your heart open, your soul sing with joy, but there's fear around it. There's fear of judgment, fear of failing, fear of not being good enough. Whatever those are, know that the fears are fiction. They're things that we make up. They're not real. If it makes your heart sing, that's real. You can feel it. The other things are, you just have to go with it and see what happens, because stepping out of that comfort zone is where you grow, and you don't know till you try. And what have you got to lose? Nothing. That's one of my favorite sayings. You got nothing to lose. Might as well try. But I think that's what this is about, is coming into embracing your gifts and putting them out to the world. And the final card, the outcome card, is 10 of Fire. What a beautiful card to end this with. So this is that, yes, you will do it. You will succeed in taking your talents out into the world. I'm just going to tune in here to the energy. I feel magic with this card. I know it's not the Magician card, but I feel like there is magic to it. There's balance, juggling in a way, because I feel like, she's balancing and juggling all these papers that are on fire. I feel like she's in control and she's making it happen. Same thing, just another way of saying it. But you're going to do it. And I feel a lot of power in this card, that the person being represented is very powerful, and that's you. So I think that's a beautiful way to end the reading for this week. So again, thank you so much for joining me this week. I am your intuitive realtor, and I am so grateful and blessed to be here and on this journey with you all. I love you so much. I invite you to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I hope you will join me again next week for the weekly market update and intuitive reading. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye for now.